Normally, when you interview somebody who does like a cooking website or something, they're preparing the meal. You're sitting there just being mean and eating your meal in front of me. Okay,
Hey,
that
I'm
is just,
hungry.
but that's just rude. Okay,
Well, I
but
would
you know
have
what?
made you a salad if you were closer and we're not on quarantine. So next time I'll make you a salad.
All right, I'm going to hold you to that because it's like that looks like an amazing salad. Okay, and you know what? We can have an amazing dinner conversation. I will just sip on my water.
Oh, good. Here.
Like I make most of my dates do. You know, they sip the water while I eat because I'm that
is like crazy right now. Is that what you're doing? You're doing Zoom meetings?
No, I'm doing Zoom meetings. I haven't. Well, actually, I've never been. After my last failed relationship, many years ago, I have not been an active participator in dating. I've dated. Honestly, the number of women I've been out with, I honestly I could count on my right hand. I could count. Not on my left hand. So I lost a finger.
What about online dating? No online dating?
No. I prefer face to face.
Okay.
Well, I'm
online dating is like so old school. It just doesn't work. Everybody's looking for the next fish in the sea. It's just like so boring.
And the bottom line is the thing that's missing in an online dating experience is affinity. And that is an actual attraction to someone. Do you want to be closer to them, which you cannot necessarily identify over online? There are countless people I've met online that I go to meet in person. It's like, wow, you're just awful. Okay, wow. Ooh.
You're just dull.
You're
just dull.
Oh my goodness! And you meet these people, you're like. And so I don't do that anymore. But okay, so you've got a salad there, and again, you sit there and talk to somebody who's actually doing a cooking show and doing a cooking channel. Your channel's called Raise My Plate, right? And yet, and
salad, I made it to eat it. And
okay.
We lost time, and so I went right into it.
And you went right into it, yeah. And then
Sorry, I threw that dressing on there. I'm like, okay, well, the salad's got to get eaten. So, next time I'm making you one too. But it's yummy. I'm really enjoying it.
And you were really hungry, and you'd put off eating. You were going to eat. You'd put off eating it for lunch in favor of using it to demonstrate what you were making there, because you had beets in it. You had carrot. Is that carrots? That's carrots, right?
I got the carrots.
You got the radishes in it. You've got pretty much. It's like you raided farmers market for that, and then Now, see, I would have gone a step further.
Sprouts has gotten very familiar with me. Let's just put it that way. They got the pickup service now.
Mm-hmm.
I usually love going to the farmers market, but with COVID and everything, just trying to stay away from others. But they got the pickup situation going with Instacart, and Sprouts finally worked that out. So I've been picking up food every other day, and I've been on this cleanse. I've been doing a little cleanse. I talked briefly about the things that I've been going through health-wise, getting better. I decided to do this cleanse by Medical Medium. And so I've been literally eating like fruit and vegetables. I'm talking about just like salad. I'm not even talking about cooked vegetables for the last 2 days, day number 7. And I have 2 more days to go. And all I want is, I don't know what I want. I thought I would have like a million cravings by now. I thought I'd be hungry.
Mm-hmm.
But really, I'm not. I'm really enjoying this. I've been vegan before. I've been vegetarian before. And I go back and forth. I call myself a flexitarian. But really, I mean, I've been super satisfied. I mean, it's a pretty big salad. I'll eat.
It really is. And that's the great thing with salad is you can eat a big bowl like that. And you can't eat it. Obviously, you can't eat a big bowl of chicken or a big bowl of anything else. But vegetables, you can eat a big bowl of that, and it's not going to. It actually breaks down in your system and evacuates your system very quickly.
Digestion has been great. I've thankfully never had issues in that area. but digestion is great. Just feeling really good. Been feeling full. I haven't had any cravings, which is super cool. Like seriously, like usually I want like a popsicle or something. Like I get a little cravings. Have not been having the cravings. Seriously, this has been really cool. And I was going to say another thing. The other thing is, it's like you mentioned, it's so low in calories. You could eat a big bowl, and it's like absolutely, you could eat as much as you want. And the cool thing is, I like to go with like a vinaigrette, like I mentioned earlier, which is super cool because then you're like low on the calories. Because a lot of the dressings, when you go to Cheesecake Factory and you get that ginormous salad, right?
Oh yeah.
And it's like somehow it's like 700, 1,000 calories for some reason. It's the ranch dressing.
Oh yeah.
It's the ranch dressing.
It's the bucket of ranch dressing they bring to the table for you. You know, it's like, can you just put that around my face right there? And a straw. Yeah. Well, there's certain dressings that definitely contribute to the weight gain, the calories, and the processed garbage.
Okay, so a couple of things. Like if you're like trying to watch your weight, I've done a whole thing on this. But if you're trying to watch your weight, really, it's where most of the calories come from: protein, dairy, all these different things that you're eating, processed foods. All of these are really high in calories. So if you're really trying to lose weight, this is a great way to go. And you could incorporate protein and other things, but that's where you can control those portions more, and you don't have to control your vegetable portions.
Right, exactly.
A lot of what I make, a lot of my diet actually is like that. I make a lot of vegetables. It's primarily vegetables. I'll do rice. I love rice.
Oh yeah.
I like white rice. It's easy on the digestive system. And then I'll saute some ingredients. I'll saute some squash. I'll do something cool like that. And then I'll have controlled portions of protein like throughout the week.
All right. Now, which white rice? Because there are several variations of white rice, and we just want to make sure you're getting the right white rice. I got that all out. Did you hear that? Wasn't that impressive? I got white rice. You know, white.
I'm just kidding. I would say basmati. Basmati is my favorite. So, I mean, like I said, my background's Middle Eastern.
Oh.
The basmati rice, I mean, seriously, it's the best rice on the planet. I found
I bet you would say that.
Right?
That Middle Eastern heritage thing. Yeah, that's where we go to with this, right?
Well, yeah, I mean,
well, there you go. I'm a big fan personally of I like brown rice, but brown rice technically isn't rice in the same way that white rice is. So it's
brown rice contains fat. That's what makes it different. So what happens is the fat is actually processed out of white rice. And it's a little bit harder on the digestive system. Brown rice is definitely a healthier option because it's less processed and you're getting the fat too. So that's something that we need. But I personally like white rice because it's easier on the digestive system. And I look at getting my fats from like oils and avocado and things like that.
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah, I'm not arguing the point here. I know already that I would lose, but standard. The thing was with the white rice though, the amount of starches that are now undiluted, I would say, by the fat. Those come into play though. Doesn't white rice tend to spike a glycemic reaction?
Absolutely. The best way to do it is to rinse the rice. Just take that rice, rinse it a couple of times, and then you get rid of the starch. And that's fine. And and then you boil the rest, and it's fine. It's not. I mean, as long as you're maintaining an overall healthy diet, there's like no perfection way of doing it.
Right.
As long as you're incorporating good things into your diet, it's about moderation and like live your life. Eat the things that you like. Don't cut everything out, but just try to do little mindful things throughout the day, like vegetables.
Well, there you go. But also you bring up a very good point, is that most diets will have you on restrictive portions. And if you find your portions in a diet too restrictive, throw them in a salad.
Exactly. And
Throw them into
that's
as
the
a
thing. Like these restrictive diets, they don't work. You get on these diets and then you're like, oh, what am I doing? Like all I want is like a chocolate croissant, a baked chocolate cake, and like
yeah.
all this stuff, right? Because you
But
right,
yeah, but
that's
exactly. But
right.
if you incorporate the proteins and the fats within the salad itself, because the bottom line is you mix it into the salad, that's half the mixing battle for your body, because your body's going to start processing all that stuff the second you throw it in there anyway. So, you just doing the pre-mixing of it. So,
Exactly. You're
and,
doing the mixing of it. But I guess what I was trying to say was that, when you're restricting yourself and you're saying, I
mhm.
can't eat this, I can't eat that, those diets always fail. They always fail because you get the cravings because you're not like easing your way into it. You're not easily like incorporating healthy things like fruits and vegetables into your diet. You're just going all in. And there's just no such thing. You got to ease your way into these sort of things. You can't, changes don't happen like that. Baby steps.
But also you had brought up earlier, it's about mindset too, because here's what, again, if you think about something, regardless of whether you think about it in the negative or the positive, okay, then that's what comes about.
Mm-hmm.
If you're sitting there thinking, I can't lose weight, well, guess what? You're not going to lose weight, because you're automatically telling yourself, I can't lose weight. I can't do this. And you are automatically setting yourself up for sabotage.
So I started writing affirmations, I want to say like 8 years ago. And I went and I was like also kind of going through a reflective phase in my life. And I was introduced to affirmations.
All right, now while you're explain really quick to people what affirmations are, because a lot of the people that might be watching this are
So affirmations are I am statements. So I am losing weight. I am exercising. I am capable. I am strong. These are all affirmations. And when you say these, they have a certain level of impact on your subconscious mind, because you're saying, instead of saying I can't lose weight, you're saying I am able to lose weight. I am losing weight. And so you're starting to change your reality by making these positive I am statements. So there's a little time window where you could actually start talking to your subconscious mind. And that's usually when you're sleepy, in that sleepy state, like about 30 minutes before you're about to fall asleep, early in the morning. That sleepy state is a very impactful time. And what you do with it is extremely important. So I started writing different things. So I think for somebody who is struggling with the mental stuff, I think a really good way for them to overcome it is by starting to write these I am statements, to especially in that period of time, to help them overcome it.
That is, I could not have said that better myself. I really, people fail to realize, okay, our reality is built by us. Okay. Even the physical reality around you. Okay. The great line from Peter Gabriel's song, Mercy Street, all of the buildings, all of the cars were once just a dream in somebody's head.
Absolutely.
And that is the point, is that is exactly what it goes on in this world. And our world is the reality that we choose to make it, and how we choose to navigate through it.
One of my biggest influencers has been Dr. Wayne Dyer. Absolutely love him. He passed away a couple of years ago. I got to see him before he died. I was really happy to see him. He has been a big impact in my life. And this guy, he grew up in foster care. And that's a brutal way to grow up. And
hold up. Foster care. Woohoo. I was also a foster care kid. So.
Okay, look at you. You turned out all right.
Oh, yeah.
And he turned out all right. And it's really about your frame of mind. So he would tell this story how all the new foster kids would come in and they'd be really sad. And they tell him, go see Wayne, because he just had this mental state. And for me, I wasn't dealt the best set of cards growing up. I had a pretty interesting upbringing and childhood. And people always recognized in me, and that's probably why I connected with Dr. Wayne Dyer, was my mental state. Somehow I was always in a positive state, and I was able to look at the good things and look at the glass half full.
And the second you have that attitude, immediately there are two people that come to you: the people that need you and the people that want to tear you down for it. And that's, and I can, and you can speak to that truth, can't you?
Absolutely.
There are people that see you and see who you exactly are. And there are people who see you and say, oh, no, not on my watch.
There's definitely, I mean, I recently got a very, an attack on one of my Instagram posts recently by somebody. I was writing something like, hey, we wake up and we have like two choices. This is going to be a good day. This is going to be a bad day. And then, you know, with every situation that we face, there's two ways of looking at it. This person went off on me. He was like, oh, okay, so if I die in a plane crash, I need to like be happy. And I don't know. They wrote this like whole like.
Yeah, exactly. My immediate response is, wait, you got to fly on a plane? There are people that would be totally happy about that.
I mean,
wait, you're going to die in a plane crash? Would you rather die a long, painful death of cancer or go quickly? Okay, see, there is the point to be made on how we, you know, and you can go, you can go down in a plane crash as a brave soul who took somebody's hand, you know, and said, hey, we're going to be good, you know, comforted somebody.
I don't know. I mean, if I was on a plane crash, I mean, if the plane was going down, and this is easier said than done, right?
Right, yeah.
In this scenario by any means.
Yeah.
I think like I'd want to, personally, I'm just kind of trying to put myself in that situation right now. I would want to think about my loved ones, and I'd want to like really reflect on them in a positive light and just really just remember those happy moments before.
Exactly.
And, I mean, I don't know. I'm not on a plane. I'm not crashing, and I'm not saying like there is no negativity.
Right. No. But well, here's the point I'm going to throw out, Michelle. All right. The only difference between an ordeal and an adventure is your attitude. And I'm sure somebody else has said that 1,000 times before, you know, and I know I picked it up somewhere along the way, but it is the truth. However, something is going down. All right. This, you know, people, well, for example, okay, people look at COVID-19. We look at George Floyd's death, and people are like, oh no, this, you know, and this is horrible. I'm not denying the horror, but how we choose to look at this and how we choose to proceed forward, this is can be a great moment. This is the moment we woke up and said, hey, this is not right. This is what we need to do.
Look at all the people in the streets.
Yeah, exactly.
People protest all over the world. It is amazing to see all these people come together. It is amazing.
Exactly. And the bottom line is, why people are, a lot of ignorant people are very mad right now. And of course they're being mad because they just woke up. But the analogy I make is, somebody just really woke you up because the house is burning down. Okay. And it is a catastrophe that house is burning down.
Yes.
All right. It is time for you. And you can be mad about the house burning down, or you can be glad that you're alive to build a new one.
Yes.
To make the changes necessary.
The future generations are going to be bringing. And it's so nice to see Generation Z and all these young millennials, seeing them going out and protesting and fighting for the future of their world, and just getting it. And it's just inspiring to see the people. And you could have the people that are mad, the loiters, the people that are destroying businesses. I mean, what does that even have to do with George Floyd's death?
Exactly. Well, then that's the whole point. You have the people out there who are opportunists, using the cover of protest, or you have the people who are out there willfully trying to subvert the message.
Yes.
They're trying to get the message away from the social justice and try to get it on the rioting and everything, and thereby dilute.
They just have their own agenda. And those are the people that I would say those are very similar to potentially the mindset of the person who wrote me that Instagram comment. and just people who just want to lash out on other people for no good reason. They're just angry. And see, I don't take that stuff personally, because again, those are undealt issues that those people need to deal with. And that brings me full circle to what I'm trying to say, which is that's why it's important, if you're trying to lead a more conscious life, you need to start reflecting on why your emotions are the way they are. Why are you upset in certain situations? Why are certain people really getting under your skin? Why are you angry? Why are you sad? Why are you hurt? Why do you feel pity on yourself? Why do you feel like you can't grow? Why? And ask yourself that and be truthful with yourself and journal about it. And once you do that, you're able to start to realize, well, hey, this is why. And you could dig deeper and dig deeper. No, 9 times out of 10, it's going to go back to your childhood. And it's going to go back to something that happened when you were a kid, like your dad telling you it's not good enough. And those are the things that I bring to my channel through my Food for Thought series. I talk about these affirmations and I talk about these learnings for different things. Most recently, I was talking about not feeling supported. That segment is called I Am Supported. I talk about these different things, and I just feel like especially younger generations could benefit so much. If I knew this stuff when I was 19, man, I'd be like a whole different person today.
Well, we would all be. And I didn't learn my life's lessons till I was well into my 30s. I mean, you know, well into my 30s before I even woke up. But here I am at 54, and you know, and doing and moving forward in an entirely different way with a better understanding of the things that, you know, we develop these negative thoughts because the people around us, they think what they are doing is in our best interest, but they do so in a psychologically damaging way, especially to children. Children are at that point, they are impressionable. They are, you know, and they turn around and they do this stuff, and they have no realization and they have no sense of responsibility. And I think all of these traumas that go on in childhood, you know, most people never deal with them. They never address the traumas that have happened, because I mean,
they don't talk about this stuff in school, Daniel. They don't talk about this. They don't teach you. They don't give you the equipment to
they barely give you the equipment for reading, writing, and arithmetic. We know that. They defund the schools all the time. But I wanted to talk to you. About something. And you're Palestinian.
I am.
You are you're Palestinian now. Are you full Palestinian?
Yes, both my parents are Palestinian from Jerusalem.
From Jerusalem. So, you know, pretty much a hotbed right there. And so they managed to get out. And you were born here in the United States?
I was born in the US. I actually got to live overseas for a little bit of my time. I was there 9 through maybe 12. I went to school there. I learned Arabic. I learned how to read and write in Arabic. I learned Hebrew. I learned German. I lived in Germany for a little bit. But over there, it was definitely completely different than here. But you know what? People are very resilient over there. And life goes on. It's a constant occupation. It
really is. But here's the one thing I have noted. The one thing that I have noticed is that once Israelis and Palestinians are removed from that area, they are most of the time they are the best of friends. They're
best of friends even over there. A lot of the civilians, I mean, my cousin goes to Israel all the time, and Israelis hang out. Most of the civilians are peaceful. I think this is a misconception that people don't see in the media. Civilians are actually friendly with one another for the most part. And a lot of them are the best of friends. And you just don't see that. It's mostly political stuff, you know.
It really is. Again, that is a very valid point. It is the rich and powerful using the less powerful to play it, to make up a power struggle that goes on underneath them. It is there is are you familiar with the third party rule?
No, go ahead. familiar.
All right. Well, let me clarify this for you. The third party rule indicates that if there are two parties in conflict, there is a third party that stands to benefit from that conflict remaining unresolved for as long as possible.
Oh,
And
yeah.
usually what happens is when the two parties that are in conflict realize or acknowledging that third party is when the conflict dissipates.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what people need to realize. The conflict of well, in this country, the conflict of black versus police is a construct made to keep both parties from realizing who the real criminals are.
1,000%. You couldn't have said it better. I couldn't have said it better. It's. I think, you know, a lot of people just use it as a distraction.
Oh, they do, and you know, and that is what is truly sad in this country. This is what has transpired, and what needs to change. And as I said, I'm not fearful for the future if people wake up, and you know, and this is an opportunity for us to wake from this slumber. It's going to be a difficult transition waking up, but it is a necessary transition if we are to survive.
I'm very hopeful. Honestly, Daniel, I'm very hopeful.
Well, exactly. Yeah.
I think COVID, as devastating as COVID has been for especially the US, I mean, we've had so many deaths here.
Yeah.
I think it's also been really eye-opening for Americans, just changing our way of life and slowing down and actually taking time to connect with people one-on-one, with our families, just kind of putting a lot of our distractions aside, which is something that is a big issue for especially the younger generations, putting those aside. And then now you have real issues coming about, a lot of emotions that people are feeling. And with things like with George Floyd's death, it's really bringing about those emotions at the forefront and really pushing for change. And we're at an enlightenment stage of our lives. We're at an enlightenment stage of where we are as a society. People's eyes are opening up. People are getting more mindful. People are becoming more awake about what's going on around them. I really am hopeful that our future is going to be bright. There's going to be a lot of wonderful changes coming up for us. I'm really,
you know what, I share in that hope and that optimism. I especially, you know, COVID-19 also gave basically gave you know, pretty much a spellbound audience, because they had no choice but to see what was going on, and to see the willful, malicious look in that guy's eyes, you know, as he was doing something. It really, and how anybody could look at that and not see that for the evil that it was, is truly astounding. But it also helps weed out a lot of unsavory people in our lives, because now you can go through and say, okay, I'm done. You are this, you it makes it easier to spot toxins.
It makes it easier to spot toxins, because now we realize we're all one.
Exactly.
We're not just in this bubble anymore.
Right.
With our own lives, not noticing something like that happening in the world. I mean, I've literally seen a person on the street with someone stepping over them and walking away. Like, I've literally seen that with my own eyes. But I think with the changes that have happened recently, that's no longer something that's happening, because now we're realizing, hey, we're one world, we're one people, we're all one, and injustice is injustice, and it's not right, and we're not going to stand for it, period.
Right. The bottom line is we're all cells in one body. And to borrow something from the Christians, isn't that what we're supposed to be, the body of Christ? Just so we know.
We're all one. We're just all one. You know, Christ and all. We love Christ. We just love everybody. We love Buddha. We love everybody.
Well, there you go. And the best way you can protect that body and honor the warranty is by eating right.
Yes, eat right, honor the body. You honor your body, it takes care of you. You take care of it. When you get your oil change every 3,500 or so miles, well, guess what? You're putting in good oil, you're taking care of your car. That car is going to last you 200 to 250,000 miles. So this is your body, this is your vessel here. Put good things in it and raise your plate to higher consciousness and a higher conscious way of life, so that you can have a more quality life and you could be better member of society.
That is well said, Michelle. That is absolutely awesome. Now that's the interview we were looking for. You got that? Oh my goodness. You can find Michelle Sharif at raiseyourplate.com, and that's across every platform, across Facebook, across Twitter, across Instagram, Snapchat.
No Snapchat.
Oh, thank goodness! Thank goodness. Okay.
Personal.
So on all the formats that appeal to grown-ups. Okay. So, of course, you should do a little salad face, Facebook, Snapchat filter. That might work.
I would love to see people post their salads and tag Raise My Plate on Instagram or on Facebook and
on Twitter, man. Snap a picture of that. A really good salad. Salad. Hey, it's awesome, man. By the way, I throw pistachios in mine. I go get the big bag of pistachios at Costco, and that's like my salad. That's like my salad trimmings. Oh, I'm all about them pistachios.
Oh,
feel
man.
Me? Okay.
You find those shells. There's a trail of them.
No, I always get the pre-shelled. I'm lazy that way.
What? The fun's in the de-shelling?
No, it's not. It's really not. The fun's in eating them. Okay. I don't know who told you that the fun is in the shelling them. I'm like, no more of that noise. No.
I'm working for it. It's lesser calories, man.
Well, you know what? I put mine way up on a high shelf, so there's my extra work. So that works out well. They're on the high shelf in the kitchen. That's all that matters. Okay. All right. So anyway, Michelle Sharif, and like I said, you can find her at Raise Your Plate on YouTube. Raise My Plate on YouTube, and she has videos up all the time, fixing all sorts of wonderful, dare I say, Mediterranean type dishes. You tend to go for the homespun classics, don't you?
No, I don't necessarily. I like all food. I mean, in fact, my favorite food is like tacos. So just definitely not. But there's definitely a heavy Mediterranean influence in my
You got really quiet all of a sudden on me here.
I what?
You got really quiet all of a sudden. I don't know if I did something or.
Oh, maybe our recording ended.
Or maybe my earbud is just coming out. Let's try that. Okay. Talk again. Oh, there you go. You're a little better. Okay, so my earbud was sliding out. And you got to really like jam that thing in there. That's really annoying. You know?
Just really put it in there.
Now there you go. And of course, now I look like an official commentator.
Just kidding.
There. What was that, woman? That's so mean. Why come you got to be like that? Okay.
It's like
we have a brave new world coming, and it's time we all got ready for it.
Absolutely.
It's a pleasure talking to you, Michelle.
Pleasure
talk to you soon,
Daniel. This was fun. Thank you so much for having me. I really appreciate it.